You know, there's a saying out there that if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. 20 years ago, when I came out of high school, a little bit after that, things were a lot different than they were now. And what I mean by that is the world is ever changing. If you don't find a way to keep up with it, you're going to be passed by. When I was your age, we didn't have these cell phones. Now today you do. 20 years has passed and your generation is being passed by other countries. Because we get so caught up in the limelight and the lifestyle of wanting to make as much money as possible. The real truth to life is that all these young brothers down here, even if they all went out for football in college, they might not necessarily make it to the pros. Very small percentage of them ever will. I was this size in high school. I played 12 years in the National Football League. Tim Worley, David Fulcher, and us, we know plenty of guys that came through the system, made it up to the NFL, but didn't last. Now, where are they now? Just like you young brothers and sisters, I came up in the hood. I came up in the inner city. And when I was your age, I had no idea what I wanted to be when I was an adult. My mom used to tell me that I should go into something with communications because I was a good speaker. So I thought about being a lawyer. But I had no way of getting to college. So when I was in 3rd grade, my mom stuck a trumpet in my hand and I started playing music. For all the musicians out there, I would tell you this: if you want to follow music, right on, I got your back, band. If you want to be in band, you want to learn how to write music, you want to learn how to read music. You want to learn how to rap, you want to learn how to write your own lyrics. You want to learn how to engineer the board and produce your own tracks. You want to sing, you want to learn how to read music, write your own songs, produce your own tracks. Out of everything I just said, the one constant in all these professions you have to do, you have to master the English language because you have to learn how to read your contract. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. Learn how to read your contract. Learn how to think for yourself. Because if you allow other people to do it for you, you got to put your trust in them, and sometimes they have ill intentions. Now, I'm not trying to take away from any of you young brothers and sisters' dreams, but I'm telling you, in today's life, today, it's serious because young people out there, there's a lot of people out there that don't respect life anymore. They're killing people over shoes, over jewelry, over nonsense. That's why if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. Similar circumstances where I came from in Southeast San Diego, when gangs were prevalent, was just in my neighborhood. And as I said, I didn't know how I was going to get to college. I was in the band. I was discovered by my high school coach. He said, come out for football. I had never played football before until I was in the 10th grade in high school. Had no idea how to engage in organized sports. Realized that I had a talent to excel at sports. Somebody one day in my junior year said, you could go to college and get your college paid for. I was like, what? Keeping it real. So then I used what I had to get what I wanted. I wanted a college degree. I needed to have a college degree because I needed to excel in the world at the time. Today, young brothers and sisters, I can't implore it to you anymore. You need an education. High school does not get it. It's not all cut out for high school anymore, guys. You got to have a college degree. And you got to have a college degree in a field that's pertinent to today's world. Understand technology because it's all about technology. Every one of you has got a cell phone in your pocket. You know, someone had to create that technology to do that, use that cell phone. And it's not just a part of using and twitching with your fingers. You want to learn how it works. Because if you don't, someone else will. In the year 2000, when all these apps came out and all these internet companies came up and down, they were working off of technology that was basically untested, unfounded, and it grew to where it is today. Now you can't go anywhere without having a computer in front of you. The moment I went to the National Football League, they put a check in my hand. First thing I did is I went out and spent it all. Hey, I was 21 years old. I thought it would never end. Then after the season was over, I'm wondering where all my money went. Because I wanted to live the life. I wanted to have that bling. I wanted to be the man. I wanted to take everybody out to dinner, and I wanted to be the man who had the Cadillacs, who had all that other stuff. The money ain't gonna last, baby. You gotta learn how to work it. You gotta learn how to manage it. That's why finance is so important. That's why an education is so important. How are you going to manage something you never had before? I grew up in the inner city, didn't have money before. Family didn't have money before. So when I got some money, everybody came with their hands out. I tell you this because, as I said when I started this speech, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. And I don't want you guys to go down the same road I had. I don't want life to be as hard for you as it was for me. The reason why I take time out of my schedule is because I believe in each and every one of you in here. And I need to, because you are the future. You are this great country's future. If you don't value an education, if you don't value free thought and to be able to think and to act for yourselves, then we're doomed. When I hang up my microphone and no longer talking to kids like you, if you guys don't have it together, we're doomed. So as I said, if you want to go into music, learn how to read and write music. You want to sing tracks, learn how to produce and engineer them. You want to play ball, be the best ball player you can. But remember, one day it will end. It will end for you. You will no longer be able to run as fast, jump as high, shoot that hoop like you used to. It will end. Then what are you going to do? Develop a plan now. Have a plan now for how you're going to make a difference. And just remember these words. If it's meant to be, it's up to me.